Yes, digital product family. Hope you guys are well. Guys, we're here with another one, the views one, but no sales one. This is the one, and this is why. Guys, check this out. Look, this video is about why people get views, loads of views. You could be getting loads of views and no one's buying nothing. And you're like, what the hell is going on? I'm giving up, done with this Etsy. Let's jump on to the next thing, right? And that's what people do. The amount of people that have left Etsy because they're just not getting anywhere or they feel like they're not getting anywhere. Guys, listen, it's a business. It's not supposed to be easy. It's going to take a while, but you got to understand why you're not getting sales. And I'm going to tell you right now why you're getting views, but you're not getting any sales, right? So before I do this fantastic video, if you love digital products, you're creative, researching, listing, and all of that mad stuff, then please hit a like, subscribe, smash that notification bell. And please share, because we like to share and have a cup of tea, but we love to share more than a cup of tea, right? Check it out. Look at this. Look at this. Check it out, mate. Okay, I'm going to tell you why. Now, firstly, look, the reason why you might not be getting you might be getting a view, but your listing is just poor. It's just poor. So they're opening the door. You're doing something right because they're seeing they're seeing your listing. They're looking at your listing. They may be clicking on your listing, right? So obviously you've enticed them enough to do that, right? But you're just not actually delivering. You're not delivering. So what could it be? What could it be? Well, it could be a few things. Firstly, they've opened the door, which is like clicking the listing, and they're not buying because they might have realized that it's not actually delivering what you said. So let's say they look at image, they like it, but yet they're thinking, I'm not fully convinced after looking at the listing. I'm not really liking what I'm seeing. They're put off somehow. They're somehow put off. So what you need to do is you need to start analyzing. Look at your competition. What are people doing that are selling? So what I would do is I would go to product analytics. Let's say you want to sell Christmas gnomes, okay? So, you're getting views on your Christmas gnome listing, but you're not getting those sales. So what I would do is I would go to something like EverBee, free access below, and I'll start analyzing similar. So what I'll do is, okay, let's say mine came out last month. I'm going to start looking at 1 month old or 2 month old listings, right? So I'm going to start going to filter. This is my process. I would go to listing age of 2 max. Let's say I brought mine out 2 months ago, right? 2 max, right? And then listing age of 2 max. And let's say you open your store, I don't know, 4 months ago, shall we say? Let's say. Because what we want to do, we want to look at things that are of a similar type, okay? Similar type that we can compare with, because I can't really compare myself to a store that's been there for like years, because they're going to have way too much better quality score, reviews, and so on, right? So it's not going to work. Now, so I'm going to compare myself, right? And obviously I'm going to go to filtered, did the 4 month old shop, and yeah, so I can see some of these ones. And obviously then I'm going to go to something that may be of a similar type of listing. So let's say you've got so it could be like a PNG like this with the 3 gnomes, okay, possibly, okay, might be something like that, 3 gnomes. So what you want to do is then you want to compare yourself to a design, a similar-esque design, right? Similar-esque. So it might be this one that's making 439, decent money as well. Okay, decent money. And then you get into the nitty-gritty of this, right? Because then I can analyze this further. I can see they're making good money, and obviously I want to make good money, and it's a similar sort of age range, but they're getting let's look at the views. 1,494 views, estimated monthly sales of 110, and yeah, 6 reviews. Conversion rate, visibility is solid, right? The visibility is solid, and the conversion is decent as well. So they are converting, all right? So I might go ahead and because look, once they're in, I want to see if I'm into the listing. Why is this one selling? Why is this one's doing a good job? So it could be a few things. You might compare your listing and say, okay, because don't forget the design, they've kind of seen it. They're kind of convinced. But you might want to look at a few things. It might be like they start looking at the price again, looking at the sell. They might look at the product description. I'd I'd really ask you to look at your product description. Are you answering the questions that the customer may have? The customer's going to have questions. They might want to know file size. They want to know the resolution. They want to know refund policy. They want to know a few things. So as much as possible, try to give the information on the side. The product description is once you go into the door in the house, that you start looking and reading in terms of like what else, what's there, what they've got, and they might go ahead and click into your store as well. You see, some people do that, and then they have a look and see, you know, is this the person that I want to buy it off, what they like. People go into all kinds of things, but like I said, once they open the door, what is selling and why is it selling, right? So you want to look at good listings that have converted, that are recent, that are similar in age to the ones that you have, so that you're able to maybe decipher, maybe from your investigation, find out why. And like I said, go to something like EverBee, link is in my description, so you're able to find those similar listings, similar to what you're doing, but they're getting views and why you're not getting views. And I'd look at 405. I'd look at 405 of a similar style, so it might be the gnome design. Here's another PNG, might be, let's say you've got something similar to these two. And again, it's making a few sales there, and they're getting some views as well, decent views. So you want to open it up, and you just want to just have a look and see what's going on with this one. So the things that you can control and you can see are things like you're looking at the price, you're looking at the sale, you're also looking at the store. Just have a look at the store. Look at also the product description, just see what else is, anything that I'm not mentioning that I should in fact mention. This is quite good information, and you can see maybe I haven't included something that's very important. Sometimes it could be the smallest thing that you're missing out on or you haven't done, and it does help. Now sometimes it could be like this one's already built up a few. Look, it's got 5 reviews. This one's very recent again. You know, it's only a month-old listing. Even that 5 reviews will help it. So you want to get those reviews in quickly. What I'm trying to say is, with your listing, you got to be quick. You got to get your reviews in there as soon as possible, because reviews, in terms of trust and everything, it goes a long way, and people really will start. Once you get that 1 or 2 reviews, you'll see then those views definitely start converting into sales. That's for sure. So like I said, you do a competitor analysis. Analyze around you the ones that are similar, like I just did. Analyze them, right, and see why they're getting those views, right? Compare yourself. Now check your listing, like I said, in your niche, and check it using EverBee, right? Look at these recent stores. I've just showed you really like some recent listings anyway, so you know, I've used EverBee to do that. You know, use your social media awareness for new products. Also get yourself those, if you've had your store for a bit and you've got email list, use that. If you've got any social media, use that to highlight your new listings. Hopefully get people to come, not only view but buy as well. So definitely use your social media if you got it, whatever it is that you use, so to promote your new products. Definitely a big important thing to do. The other thing is, like I said, small changes can make a huge difference, right? Small changes can make a huge difference. And what I mean by small changes, right? You know, it could be a tiniest thing. You know, they could be comparing your design with another one, right? So it could be they might have viewed on it, they might have clicked on it, but then they've decided, nah, they've gone back to the other listing and think, okay, I like this one, right? And I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about now. For example, with Christmas gnomes, whoops, sorry, apologies. With Christmas gnomes, if that's, let's say that's an example, right? You might have a bundle, okay? But yet they've clicked on yours and think, nah, and they've gone to another one, and yet they've got more bundles. Like this one, for example, has got 3 PNGs, right? That's got 3 PNGs. You can see these are all 3 PNG bundles. They might say, nah, let me go to another one, right? And they might go down and they think, okay, let me go to this one. This has got 25 PNGs. Let me actually check this one out. I mean, that's a bestseller as well. This has got 25 PNGs. So it might be slightly different. The other thing is, your Christmas gnome might not be exactly what they're looking for. And I'll tell you what I mean by that is, you got Christmas gnomes that are just the normal Christmas gnomes, as in like you can see their face. And then you got other Christmas gnomes that have that are covering the eyes. Have you seen those ones that cover the eyes? So the ones that cover the eyes are actually very popular. So there are slight variations within a design sometimes that actually can make a difference. Sometimes people click on things and think, okay, that looks all right. And then they go back and they click on another one. And then they go back and click on another one. What your job is to try and convert it. So you are convincing them once they're in. So for example, this one, like I said, has got 25 PNGs. This one's got 12 PNGs. Someone might go for the 20, maybe go for the 25. You know, maybe. It just depends on what they like. Look at your design styles if you're doing a bundle. What kind of designs do you have? What kind of combinations do you have? Are you touch on other things combined with it that people are looking for? So people might be looking for snowmen and gnomes. People might be looking for Santa and gnomes. Maybe presents and gnomes. Maybe they're looking to do like a sort of Christmas card and they want presents with it, or a Christmas tree. So sometimes they might click, but then when they look into your listing, they actually are not convinced fully and they want more. So be aware and look at what the niche is. What I'm trying to say is see what's in demand as well, apart from what you're trying to sell, that are around it, that are to do with it. And like I said, small differences, small changes can make a huge difference. You might start designing the gnome with the Santa hat. The hat is covering the eyes, right? If you didn't already, and it might change your sort of sales. It might increase. Right. And like I said, the other thing I did say is check the product description. I think the more you can really add to your product description, the more detail you can actually give to your product description. Honestly, it goes a huge way. It's there for a reason, and the space is there for a reason. So actually go to your product description and really, I would say, go to town with that information. I would definitely say try and make it look interesting, because sometimes it can be a hard read for people to go and read it. But definitely break it up, maybe add some emojis, do something like that where you're giving important information, you know, like how you can use the image, what the resolution is. Think about what the product is. Look at some good example of product descriptions. Again, using EverBee, ones that are selling well. Because the key of this is, look, if something is converting, something is selling well, there's obviously a reason for that. They've gone into a listing and they can see that, okay, if something is selling very well and it's a new store, then try and see what it is that they're doing, because chances are they're doing something that works. Okay, so look at the product description, because honestly, that does help a lot. People don't realize how important product descriptions are, but they are very important. The other thing is honesty. Now, you may love your design, and you know what? We all love our own work, and we get a bit bogged down and we get emotional sometimes. But actually, what I would say is, if you're getting views and you're not getting conversions, actually get friends or family to have a look at your listing and see if they can compare, you know, ones around it. So again, like you said, if I'm looking at gnomes or Christmas gnomes, get them to come to your store, look and see your own listing, and then click on it and see whether they would buy it themselves, and maybe why they wouldn't buy it. So get some real honest feedback is what I'm trying to say. Get some real good feedback. Sometimes you got to take yourself out of it because you're too in it, you're too involved in it, and it's very hard to be, it's very hard to be impartial, and that's very understandable because it's your own design. So definitely, I would get friends or family to have a look at your listing. If you're not getting those listings, maybe to give you some ideas, some tips, possibly. So ask friends and family, and that goes as far, like I said, with your investigation. So your investigation here is key. That research investigation to see why is absolutely essential. So whether it be EverBee, whether it be something else, you definitely need a tool to help you and see the ones around you. My advice is see the ones around you in the same sort of age frame, in terms of listing age, in terms of shop age, in terms of niche, and then just see how, if those ones that are selling very well, and look and compare and see what it is that you're missing out. You might be just doing something slightly different. It might be just a slight price change. It might be something very minor. It might be a design style that just doesn't appeal to customers so much. You might not be including so many of your bundle in terms of like images. You might not be including something within the images around it. I mean, you know, like they prefer, let's say, for example, Christmas trees with the gnomes rather than presents. It could be something very small, but you need to identify that. So, you know, do your research, find out, and be honest. Like I said, be honest with yourself. Like I said, be real, critical, be honest with yourself, because this is where you might think, oh, this is such a drag, it's so long, I mean, like, I'm not getting views, but actually you're going to learn from it. You're probably going to learn more from not getting views than getting views. Honestly, in the long run, it's going to help you. So yeah, it might be a case of the algorithm is not favoring you. It doesn't like you. It's against you. And why is it against you? Because you've maybe built up so many of these clicks and there's been no conversions that the algorithm is starting to drop you, put you somewhere where you're not seen, not showing you. So actually there is a thing with this where that's why it's very important, I believe, especially at the beginning, to somehow get pushed, get those sales, do something that works. So in fact, do your research sometimes before you list. I mean, not sometimes, definitely. Do your research before you list. Before you actually list your product, look and see at the ones that are already there. So before you actually get yourself in that position where you're not getting the views, do your competitor analysis, right? If you want to get into, let's say, this niche, go and see what is selling well, that is recent, that works. And then so that you know you have a better chance because you can see the kind of ones that are working, are flying off the shelf, that people are just loving, whether it be a design style, whether it be the title, the SEO is not working so well, whether it be the pricing, whether it be you're not including video, whether it be a product description. Analyze and see the ones that are recent, that are selling really, really well, that are doing a great job. And then that would inform you better on how to prepare your listing. And I think that way you're less likely to get any problems than not. So you're less likely to get no views or low views, and you're more likely to convert, knowing and seeing other ones that do convert. Because look, not everything is a great converter. Like even when I do go to product analytics and I look at, let's say, Christmas gnomes, this is what's nice about this. I can actually identify and see ones that do convert and get good visibility. So look, on here you've got conversion rates here. I would tend to look at the high conversion rates, right? And you've got visibility scores. So if I scroll down, you can see visibility score. There's a lot of these are actually, look, so some the visibility score might not be so good, right? The visibility score might not be so good. So that could be to do with the title or the SEO that hasn't been so great. But what you have to do is you get that combination. Me personally, I would like to look at recent ones that are look at that 20% conversion. Fantastic. Look at it. Yeah, but recent ones, to be honest, I would look at recent ones, recent shops as well, because you're likely to get good conversion with bigger stores that have been selling well, for a while. So recent stores with a good conversion rate, recent listings, that's going to give you a lot of hints. It's like an investigation, guys. Investigate, do your research, do your due diligence, and if you do that correctly, I'm telling you, this is the whole thing about. It's reverse engineering. It's a science. It's not guesswork, and it's not emotional. That's how you get those sales, guys. So if you're not getting views, let's go and do this, guys. And if you did like the video, hit the like, subscribe, smash the notification bell. Don't forget, check out EverBee, access free at the bottom there. Check out all the software also that I use. Check out the videos coming next, and I shall see you on the next video. Take care.